Hello and welcome to Dan Plays Unleash the Light. Where to begin? Okay, so, you may have noticed a big slowdown in episodes being released. Combination of work, podcasts. I mean, we're putting up 4 episodes of our Steven Universe podcast, Steven University, this week on the channel. You may have already seen those go through, as well as the Jumanji episode of Rewind Reviews. So I was busy editing stuff anyway, but I haven't played this game in 5 days-ish. The reason being I was kind of deterred. So, perturbed? Yeah, perturbed is the word I was looking for there. What basically happened, the long and short of it is, there is now officially a lost episode of this. And frustratingly, it's one that includes a boss fight. So we're going to go back and see if we can do that boss fight again today. But I will give you a brief explanation as to what happened, just from a technical perspective. And this time, no one at Grumpy Face has to investigate anything. Although someone has hilariously sent them the audio glitch from the last video, and they've said that they're addressing it. So that's really funny. The guys who made this game have now presumably watched my video. I have to be nicer about the last one. No, to clarify, by the way, it's worth knowing, I did really enjoy Save the Light. It was just buggy as hell, and I'm assuming that's resources and, you know, being rushed deadlines and stuff like that. I've said that at the time, and I'll say it again now. You know, they clearly have a lot of love for the franchise, and the game was otherwise excellent. So it's just a shame that it came out so buggy. Anyway, so this is nothing to do with them, nothing to do with anything. This is, well, it's to do with Apple. So I can rag on Apple for a bit if you want to hear that. Basically, Apple's recording software, and you'll notice that through the videos I've kept mentioning that I have to, you know, check it's still recording. I glance up like that, I see the record symbol, and I carry on. Oh, I accidentally turned it off. The reason I was doing that is because I had read, before I started doing this, I did a little bit of research to just see how stable it was over long periods of time. And some people had said that they found that occasionally it just stops recording without any warning or its notification or anything like that, and you just don't realize, and the file is lost forever. And it doesn't even stop recording and then save the bit that it recorded at the first. It just literally, the video never appears. It's like something interrupts its recording, and then the video gets lost in limbo in the cache of the phone. Now, that was definitely what happened to me. So I did this episode. I'll recap what I did to catch you guys up, and we'll redo the boss fight. But basically, I got about 40 minutes in when I did my paranoia check and realized it wasn't there. So, really frustrating. But what happened, it was really funny. After that all happened, I started trying to see if there's a way I could save it. Because when I went into my phone's data breakdown, my photos, which only has just like a couple hundred photos on it, because I cleared my phone before I started this series altogether. There's only like 100 or so photos on the phone. It said that there was like 18 gig of data in my Photos app. And I was like, oh, that doesn't make any sense. Because I've deleted all the other videos, you know, from the other Save the Lights, Unleash the Light, sorry, videos. There's nothing left of that kind of size. So I think that's the cached data of what it did record. Unrecoverable from what was able to tell. I did do a lot of research. Eventually, I turned the phone off and on again, and that cache data was gone. So yeah, we've lost that episode. It's a real shame. Blame Apple, send angry emails, but I guarantee you now there's going to be a lot more of this throughout the episode. So like, let's do what we were going to do. Let's redo this. So, first thing I did was my OCD. Obviously, the previous episode I'd gone a bit mad and ended up doing number 9 before number 8, and then obviously I missed the very left bottom corner where it says map, party, swap, and craft. Friggin' idiot of like ridiculous proportions. Insane. How stupid am I? So let's do this. Now you can see it's already 100%ed, but we'll run back through this level just so you guys can see it. For those of you who never got to play it, there should be a couple of enemies still to fight here. I don't think it'll be as full of enemies as it was the first time. I guess we get ambushed here? No. So this level is really interesting because there are 2 lifts either side that go up 4 floors. This is floor 1, 2, 3, and 4. And basically this level was... Oh, let's just say I wasn't fond of it. Put it that way. That seems like the nicest way to say it. Because basically... Oh, wow, there's... Ooh, chroma, though. I'll take the chroma. Basically, it was a process of elimination thing. So you see that... In fact, let me just go back to demonstrate. So you'll see this area here where I just was on floor 2. Where that chroma was, there was also like a purple key or whatever. but I'd need the orange key to get to the purple key. But then the orange key was hidden behind like a yellow key, and the yellow key was hidden behind a red key, and the red key was behind a blue key, and it was basically just... I'll be honest with you, one of my least favorite parts of this game so far, because it did genuinely feel like the same deal here on all these platforms, because it genuinely felt like they were just wasting my time. Because basically it was just back, forth, pick it up, drop it, pick it up, drop it, like keep going. Why not? Oh cool, there's actually a fight I can have here, that's nice. Ooh. Oh. Alright. Oh. Best approach for these guys might be Pearl. Just focus on one, take the hit from the other. I think that's the answer. Oh, but I am low on... Oh, I should have done this the other way around, because then it would have lowered. Lesson learned. Always start with Bismuth, lower defense, then do the attack. Let's so we only get hit the once next turn. Let's use one of these. If items and stuff are different from when last you saw me, obviously, yeah, you'll know why. It is... Yeah, it is what it is. Like, the character's got a couple upgrades. I don't think anything else major happened that I can remember. Yeah. I was starting to wane off Bismuth as a character in the last episode that I recorded but never happened. Because I actually don't think there's as many great opportunities to use Bismuth. That's the first time I think I've hit all three of those on that type of attack. No, damn, what did we learn? Use Bismuth first. I started playing with, like, Bismuth's, like... other abilities in the one that's missing, and they're not great. They're okay, but they're a little bit... What's the word I'm looking for? It's hard to articulate what they're doing at any given time. Like they're a bit... What's the word I'm looking for? So when you go into this and you use Bismuth, I'll show you on the next because I could really just win this fight now before we lose any more health. So let me just finish this and then I'll talk about it. But basically, it's not extremely clear what each thing does. So first, you can start experimenting with it, but I don't know why you would make that unclear. There's no real actual benefit to doing it that way. Where was that chroma? Was that on the floor below? Oh, I'm getting ambushed again. We'll play with it a little bit here. Why not? Let's have a go. Wow, they are... Pearl is like the target. What in the world? 82 damage? What just happened? I'm confused on two levels there. I don't know why Pearl was like the target. Should I use a Rose's Tear? No, let's not do that. Right. So, and apparently there's an upgrade that makes this free, which definitely makes it more enticing. So basically, I got to this stage and was like, I mean, I did this on the previous one. Was like, I don't know what this does. Do I want to know? Do I care? I don't know. It's a thing. And then basically you do that, and then you go to Forge, and then you can get like a buff next turn based on what you've selected. So it's obviously attack and defense. So I'm making an attack and defense thing here. Cool, right? So that'll buff my guy's attack and defense on the next turn. In theory, that's okay. Oh no. Oh no, I can still do that. Cool. Oh, how did I miss that? Lame. Oh, I got a freebie though. What was the freebie? That's the power up. Yikes. Well, let's just hope no one hits her on the next turn. Isn't there like a certain percentage chance it could complete straight away? I think I've got that buff on her. Alright, well, let's go. Yeah, but it's just not very clear what any of them do. It's all a bit nebulous, so there's no... Like, I understand making the... Alright, well, that's that dead. They got 2 turns, of course, because the guy gave them the... Oh, yeah, spin up and then throw it, I guess. Oh, he span up twice. Weird. Does that give him a double, like... I don't know. Alright, so... Okay, so... We're all wearing the item that Bismuth crafted now, which gives them, I guess, 1 attack but a little small attack buff and a small defense buff is my assumption. First things first here, let's absolutely use this. It'll help us revive Pearl, who would be really useful in this fight. And then we can go from there. Okay, so let's immediately use an item on Pearl. Get her health back without having to waste any of our stars. Alright, we're a full functional team again. Pearl's got a buff. We've not really done a whole lot to these guys yet, but let's start. And even at the end of the last video, I think started kind of going off. Oh, okay, the buff in this case has made the moves cost less? Is everyone's moves costing less? Holy hell. For some reason. Oh, Lapis doesn't have it for some reason. But everyone else has it, look. Steven's heal only takes 1 space now. But it's just so unspecific. It's like, it's so nebulous. Creates various weapons or armor or buffs. But because there's no, like... I can't hover on a thing and tell me what it's going to give me. It just makes it really unencouraging to use because I don't know what I'm getting. It's just like, it feels random. I know it's not random, but if I don't know and there's no guide for me to see, like, oh, I need 1 attack, 1 defense to create this, then I'm not going to know what to do, and I'm not going to know if what I'm doing is going to even be helpful in my current situation. And it's going to require me pulling up, not spreadsheets, but like the wiki and like figuring it out. And I just feel like the game, if the game made it clearer, then I'd be more inclined to use it. And that's not to say it's not a useful, you know, a useful thing, but it is, yeah, it's a shame. So Pearl's move is now brought down to 2, so we're going to use it because it's a badass move. And I'm thinking, who do we take out? I think we need to take out the top guy because he's the one with the spin-up move that's like devastatingly powerful. And, oh, I didn't even think about that, but yeah, of course, her move has the extension on it now, so it hits the guy behind too. And we'll get this guy out because he's got the double strike thing, and that move is always awful at the time. So we're in a good position here now because these two guys are way less of a threat. So we'll end turn there. Let him give himself a shield. Yeah, standard. We'll take out the big guy and then we'll heal up any damage from... so that guy's now got 2 things a turn. That's frustrating. But yeah, I mean, look, that is a really good, useful thing in this situation. That happened to be extremely powerful. I managed to get like a reduced cost attacks. That's great. Think about how many heals I could do for Steven in a single turn. You know, it is good. No question. They've got full health. So there's no point in me keeping this going longer just to heal when no one needs to be healed. So yeah, you saw how powerful it was in that fight, but I find that really not problematic. Problematic's a really strong word, but like I find it like frustrating, to be honest with you. And if you're wondering, you can see 1, 2, 1, 3, 4 there, and 2 is on this left hand side. There's a big symbol, so you always know where you are. Oh dear. Well, do it for the chroma. Do it for the chroma. But basically, I just had to go up and down and up and down. And the thing is, I did all the fights going up and down the first time, but then all the backtracking I had to do with no fights to do. It was like a bit embarrassing, actually. This is a great fight for Bismuth C. This is a beautiful, perfect situation. Bismuth will just rock this. Like, boom. Yeah, that's not even slightly surprising. And then with the debuff from the that could actually finish the job. Wow. Wow. Alright, maybe I'm not going off Bismuth. I don't know why you would make it so unclear what's what. Anyway, and also, yeah, so this level I wasn't particularly fond of, I'm not going to lie, because I genuinely did feel, and I still feel, that this is the wrong way to do a level, because I basically went up one side, the left hand side, down the right hand side, like I just did then. I did all the fights, and then I was supposed to go back up the left hand side, checking each one. Where's the door that's green? Because I've got the green key. Okay, there's the green ducky. Now I've got the orange key. All right, let me go up and down both sides, find the orange one. Like, it felt like time wasting, so I wasn't particularly fond of that level. But then when we finished that, we got to go to the boss fight, which was interesting. Let's have a look. I'll use the exact tactic I used. spoiler alert, I had a much easier time with this boss than I did the first one. The little guys in the I'm hoping that it's going to play all the cutscenes and stuff again. That would be nice. Because obviously not... Oh, no. Oh, no. I can't even replay the boss. Oh, that is devastating. Oh. That fight happened here. I'm actually pretty good about that. Let's check I'm still recording. Ugh. Because not only are you guys now missing a boss fight, you're missing the story beats too. And for a lot of people, seeing this was just about seeing the game, like, because they couldn't get to it themselves. I'm really disappointed for you guys. I'm disappointed for myself. Yeah, great, I've defeated it. Is there any way to replay a boss? Hold for a second, I'm going to see if you can refight the bosses in this game. I don't know if the internet's going to have the answer to that. No, I'm seeing a lot of articles about... No. That's really frustrating. So basically, if my memory serves, and like, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, if you've already seen it on like another video, and you can, I know you can Google the boss fights. So, like, I know that people have recorded them on YouTube, but that's not the same, yes, is it? I wanted you guys to be with me on this journey, and there's a chunk of it that's now missing, and I'm really sad about that. But basically, I fought Demantoid here. She had this grid thing going on, where my characters are currently stood. But I basically put Lapis in the back position, so she was less likely to be struck. Gave her the spiky shield. Gave her let Bismuth hit the boss to do the debuff, you know, the defensive, like, you know, defense down. Then I had Lapis do her charge up move, and then I let rip with the big wave, and it basically cut through where they're all stood now and hit the boss. So all the little guys that were on the grid, there was like a grid formed, and there was like random little guys would appear on it, and you could take them out each turn, and it would have an effect on what the boss was going to do. So I went straight through the middle, took out the little guys that were in the middle section of the grid, and hit thingy twice because I got the timing on that right, and that just absolutely destroyed. I think it only took me a couple turns after I got that move off to finish like the fight. It didn't last long at all. Story wise, Steven had to make a choice. Steven tried to box Demantoid's prism, but basically Demantoid went after Bismuth, and it became a choice of the box or Bismuth. So Demantoid actually got away with the special prism catching box, and I speculated that it's probably because in the end Steven's going to realize he shouldn't box the prisms, but instead should just talk to them. Yeah, I cannot express how upset I am that we missed that. I really thought we'd be able to replay the boss fight. I really did. Oh, I've gone back out of that's not what I meant to do at all. Alright, here we are. Yeah. Alright, well, what we're going to do, I've got 14 keys burning a hole in my pocket. And what I did was I came to this East Wing section. You know, just check recording. I came to this East Wing section after beating the boss with the keys burning a hole in my pocket. Like, let's go do this. So, yeah, sorry if I've not done a very good job catching you guys up story-wise, but that was basically what happened. I am really bummed. I don't know if it's coming across. I hope it is, but I'm actually like kind of devastated at the way that was played out. So I was about here doing either this fight or the one straight after it, like when I realized it wasn't recording anymore. Oh no! That's unfortunate. Alright, let's that should hit the middle guy. Twice. Yeah, it did. Alright, end the turn there. Yeah, everyone just give everyone shields and don't actually attack. Oh, I was well off on my timing on that. Okay, so well, we'll do this. Oh, we'll do this just to get rid of the shields, so that my attacks actually do the damage they're meant to going forward. Yeah. Oh, come on. This isn't a great fight to demonstrate Bismuth's abilities in. I can miss that every time this fight, haven't I? That is embarrassing. Alright, well, what are these guys going to do? Give each other shields? Ooh. Cool. Absolutely useless. These guys are like the easiest enemies. They waste half their moves on all sorts of weirdness. Bit of self-love for Steven. And then maybe a little bit of love for Pearl.
I know you can do it.
And we'll end the turn there, and we'll do Lapis and then attack on the next turn. And if you're wondering why I bothered taking away their shields, it's so they would waste moves this time doing exactly that, because their AI is horrendous. You know, that doesn't make any sense. They did it anyway. Yawn.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy indeed. Right, let's heal Lapis.
I believe in you.
And then, damn, see, this is the problem now. So with Garnet, we could have a really focused single move, but Bismuth's attack like hits 2, and if you put it there, like it's not going to hit this one and hit this, so it feels like you're wasting the move. But it's the only move I have that does 2, unless I just use Steven's shield twice, which hits both of them, I guess.
Here I go.
That's not a great amount of damage, though. I figured actually using Bismuth's move on one of them probably would have been more effective, but oh well. Go on, one of you actually attack. There you go. Perfect. Well, I attacked the one that already had a little bit lower health, so there's a good excuse for me to do this.
Don't worry.
Followed by...
I'm up. Yeah.
And then, of course, let's wrap it up with this.
I'm up. Yeah.
Or not. With this.
Sorry.
There we go. That was very much like... That was very much akin to committing a murder with a teaspoon. Took a while. Not that I've done that. I've definitely done that. Right, what do we got here? Goodies. Oh, but an ambush. Ooh. Alright. Balls. Oh dear. Wow. Okay. Where to start here? I mean, that seems like the move, right? Because it is gonna affect everyone. There are a lot of people on this screen. See, that's the thing is, when it's a fight like this, you wanna play tactically and start using the moves to like lower everyone's moves so we can do more attacks per turn or whatever. But if you do that first turn with a crowd like this in front of you, I mean, you're in trouble. You are fucked because these guys will absolutely annihilate us next turn. No mistake about it. I'm gonna
go with this.
Yeah, I am gonna go with this because I think we need to continue this tactic of annihilating them. Does that also take them all out? We'll balance it out a bit. Yes, that's the move. Bang. Great. I mean, we're still in trouble next turn. To be honest.
Let's use an item.
You know, we're just gonna have to deal with that. I wish I had enough to do Steven's shield. This would be the perfect time to use Steven's big shield move instead of like a fusion or something. You know, on the bar at the bottom. Oof. All right, I managed to defend that well. Yeah, I knew I was gonna miss one. It seemed. Oh, I didn't even. I'd forgotten all about that. Oh, now we have this handy. Right, well, we'll use George then, because that's the thing to do now, isn't it? So you saw the sort of devastation that was wreaked there in one turn. So when the fight starts, the best use you're going to get out of Bismuth and the whole ore thing and the buffs is if you do it right at the top end of the fight, right? That's just the way that's going to be efficient. Otherwise, you know, you're not getting the most out of it. If you use it towards the end of the fight, only getting a couple turns out of it. It's not a really good use of your stars. But up front, you get it for you get the buff. It's seamless for the rest of the fight. But when a fight starts with that many enemies that are going to do a lot of damage very quickly, unless you've got something like Steven's shield to combine with that, it's not as useful as you think it is. Which I know is a strange sentence to utter. I'm thinking, actually, cancel that. I've had a thought. It's a dangerous thing.
Hey, business.
Alright. I'm thinking... Yeah, I think I've... That's frustrating.
You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
I'm up. Got it.
Oh, I really thought that I'd done it. Okay, well, we should be okay next turn, because I think all three of these guys are going to potentially charge. Hopefully no one attacks Lapis. That's what I'm hoping for. Spin up. Thank you. And spin up. Thank you. Perfect. That has done me proud. Got him. That is still just insane. And let's give Bismuth something to do at the end here. One thing I do like is the sound design of Bismuth's thing. When you miss, that like clack sound it makes is like such a like, ugh, you've completely missed sound. It's great. It's like its intention is to feel unsatisfying, and it is, and that's like the goal. It's really cool. It's like it's definitely achieves whatever the intended effect is. Oh, Bismuth has 4 things to spend. Let's have a look. Immune to stun. Increase HP. See, this is the route I maybe should have taken. Alright, well, let's...
Time to shine. Can't stop, won't stop.
Just double checking what these do. Empty spots on the mining board are now light bits. No, that's not that good. But that does ultimately get you to... Enemies attacked with Bismuth's slam ability now have a chance to drop. That's not maybe that useful. Oh, this is frustrating. So I've got, how many have I got to spend still? Well, still got just 1 to spend. Everything else is... No, I've not got a choice here. I can't do any more anyway. Okay, cool. Actually, let's just check that we haven't got any items for Bismuth that would do better. So that would be attack up by 2, but lucky would drop to 5 from 7. That's a complete drop. That's a complete drop. That's a drop. That's a drop. No, I'm good. I'm okay with that. No, we're good. I'm good with the current layout of that. Let's have a look at Pearl. She's got a lot of these. She's got some stars burning holes. Was there something I was aiming for? It was that, wasn't it? Still 1 off that. Cool. What about Lapis? We should double check the items actually, just to make... Ooh. What was that? Oh, brings her defenses down. No, she's vulnerable enough as it is. Thank you very much, game. I won't be making any changes like that. Actually, let me just check her.
I'm here this time.
That's the move I'm saving up for there, for sure. Uninterruptible, yes please. Alright, cool. Had a quick check where everyone's up to. We're all good. Health-wise, Steven could use a little bit.
Ooh, let's use an item.
Do I have any... Do I got like a bajillion cookie cats at this point? No, not quite. But I've got enough to do that. Without feeling too... like that's too much of a problem. Oh! Hello. That was one of those white grammar that's going to give me one of the costumes. Someone said in the comments on the last one they were really upset because I didn't even consider amethyst when it came to costume building. To clarify, I totally feel your pain, but like the options, like I was going for characters I have on me, like that's all. I was just thinking about the characters that it would actually benefit. I was absolutely convinced I was going to be ambushed there. Ambushed here? There we go. This isn't an ambush as such, though. This is just a battle. Let's see. Okay. So this is... Forging is now free to do. But I've still got to use one to get the ore. Okay. Yeah. So that was what that was. Now I can do this for free.
Let's see what we've got. You're gonna love this.
I don't know. Let's... I'm not too worried about these two guys at the back. Let's just
Cool.
immediately take Lapis
Coming right up.
and then make her do this.
You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
And then use this on these. Well, use it on all the guys. Just a little summon, and then turn. We're setting up for the fight here. Cool. Awesome. Absolutely fine with that. So I'm hoping this does what it did last time. Who did it go on? It went on everyone except for Steven. It's a bit random. It's random, I'm guessing, who that goes on. Oh no, it's the people. Is it the people closest to Bismuth? Was it the people closest to Bismuth last time, proximity-wise? Yeah, because Lapis got ignored and she was at the bottom. I've swapped her with Steven this time, so it's the same thing. I see. I see. So, cost reduced down to 2 for her wave attack thing. Which, because she's had that buff, that could be... Oh man, that's disappointing. Yeah, I'm going to have to do this again just to take this guy out. And because he's quite rightly, I'd say, going for her at the moment. Yes, that should be the end of him. What?
Cheeseburger back.
How is that not the end of that guy? Alright.
Let's try this.
Is that a bit overpowered now? That didn't even matter. Screw it. I've got it. Yeah. I really thought that guy would run away, but cool. He didn't. Sweet. Yeah, end turn. I think we're in good shape. They're all going after Steven for some reason. Ugh. Hope that guy doesn't attack Lapis, because I'll have the tap glitch again. Because that's what it looks like. When I went back to the footage, why did I do that? When I went back to the footage to see what in the world like caused that glitch last time, the noise glitch, it looked like what happened was he went to do his tappy tappy attack, which set off that sound effect. But what tells that sound effect to stop is when he finishes the move. But he didn't get to finish the move because when he hit the person in question, the bubble they had on them hurt and killed them. So the instruction to stop it never came through. That's the impression I got. Correct me if I'm wrong. I also think I've sussed out a little bit how the actually, I sussed out how the other glitch happens. The gem at the bottom of their feet glitch happens on the playthrough that's lost. Actually, speaking of, still recording. Yes, good. Basically, how that works. I say works. What causes, it seems, that... Ooh, this is... Oh, man, tempting. Because Bismuth's move only costs us, like, 1 hit now. I can do that on both of them. And then lower their defenses while I'm at it. That could actually be pretty good. Ooh, except for that guy, I missed it. So I've got one more though. I'll use it for that. And then I'll get healing on Steven next turn. Missed it again. See that noise, that ka-ding, like you've missed it, is really effective. It makes me feel terrible and like I'm horrible at this game every time, which is the intended effect, I feel. Yeah, go on. Yeah, perfect. Do it. Give yourself one. All good. Right, there's that first. Step 1, get rid of his shield, so next time you waste another move, do it with a shield. Bit of self-love from Steven. And then some revenge from Bismuth. So yeah, in the last episode, what I realized happens is that if a gem dies, and then a move that attacks all is performed, by the way, if I found out between episodes that glitch is actually really common. I mean, the reason that is so if for example, Pearl died now, and those spinny guys that send the thing around that hit all three in that back arc with the spinny thing, the little boomerang thing before it comes back around. If Pearl was already dead and in that last back left sort of spot, and they did that, when it hits her the second time, it essentially tells the game to kill her again, which creates a duplicate Pearl. And only one of them will ever turn back into the real... Only one of them will be told by the game to go away when she reforms. So what happens is... and if it happens multiple times in a fight, you could get a whole batch of them. You get 4 or 5 of them around their feet. Now, they're always floating in roughly the same space. You can only sort of see that they're there because they're bobbing up and down slightly out of sync with each other, so you sort of can get this weird wave effect. It's really interesting. I'm assuming it's something they are aware of and are going to patch out of the game at some point or whatever, but like, I did find it quite fascinating. We can pretty much end this now, I feel. Let's... Oh, that buff from Bismuth only lasted a couple turns too, because that's already gone. The cheap moves, low cost moves. So we'll use this shield. If that doesn't affect him, that's fine. We'll use the next time to heal up Bismuth. Yeah, cool. Cool. Yeah, do it. Don't waste your time, mate. It's good. Do it. Don't do any damage to us. Let's heal Bismuth slightly, and then I guess just. See, normally I'd use Pearl here, but that attack would be worth nothing. Oh no, because she hits 3 times, so one would take out the shield and the rest would work. That's too late now. I had flawed thinking there. We'll let Bismuth finish this one with the satisfying clunk of a successfully executed move. Boom. Level up, well. Good work. See, that hits them all, but I want to lower the defense of the big guy. And I wonder, with that move, every time I do it, is it... Does that defensive debuff stack? So every time I do that move, is their defense getting even lower or not? Actually, does it say? Hits the sweep up debuff armor's defense. Doesn't specify if that stacks. I suspect it doesn't, if I'm being completely honest with you. What do I do here?
I've got just the thing.
This might be a good moment to do this and have Pearl just annihilate, basically. Let's end the turn and take this star with us to the next one. I'm hoping that guy's going to spin up rather than attack. Means I can take him out next turn. Good defense, Lapis. Debuffed though. Oof, they're all going after her. Yeah, he did spin up. Cool. Alright, options. Well, first things first, let's see if we can finish this guy off options otherwise. Great. That's good stuff. Steven can use his little shield. Finish. Oh. No. I'm gonna heal Lapis. Because if she dies, I can't heal her anymore, and she was so close to death. End turn. I'm hoping they just stick to going for Steven now, and doing that. Sweet. That was absolutely perfect situation. Finish healing Lapis like that. Then, I feel like we do that, which de-shields that one, kills that one, and then leaves me with the opportunity to do... Ooh, that's frustrating. Now, you know what? We're going to just take those two with us to the next turn. I think that's fine. These guys are mostly going to do this sort of shite anyway. Maybe that, but that's fine because I can just... I'll have enough stars to do some healing next turn anyway. So Steven can heal himself. And now I have the option to do this. It's perfect. Right. Yeah. Easy peasy. I'm going to take the 1 star with me to the next turn. Cool. No. I was going to heal up, but then I realized this is probably the... Oh no, that's not going to work either, because they both got the stupid shields on. Okay. Oh, it would have, because it's a 3-hit attack. I'm so stupid. Ugh, alright, well. Lesson learned, I guess. We'll heal Lapis. Get her last couple of HP, so we're all up to snuff. End turn there, I think. Yeah. I mean, I had nothing I could do. So hopefully they both attack the same person if they're both going to choose to attack now. Right. So the reason I was so stupid in the last turn, well, first of all, it's just Steven heal himself, is because my understanding, and I'm about to find out if my thinking is correct, is because this attack hits 3 times. Yes, the first attack won't do anything, but then the second 2 still hit. So you just lose the damage of the first attack. So I could have used Pearl's attack twice in that last turn. But oh well. That's adorable. Right, is everyone got full health? Sweet. Right, we won't worry about saving stars. We'll just go for the kill. Game over for them. Well, like moving through this like big lobby area is like a mission. Like if I want to check it all out, it's like really is. There's a lot going on. So let me just check I've seen everything here because I feel like I don't want to miss anything. No, don't want to use that yet. I'm glad it's there and that I know it's there. So we've checked this sort of... Oh, hello. You got anything exciting for me? I mean, I'll be honest, I'm always going to take these because I use them a surprising amount. Together breakfasts are tempting as well. There have been occasions I've wished I had one. Yeah, I'm going to get those. There's a door. Alright. And what's up here? Another door. So, looking at it, this door has 3 keys. Whereas this door only has 1. So I'm guessing this door is like a goodies room. And the 3 keys is like further progression. It's gotta be, right? That makes sense to me. Oh, who's a genius? Definitely me. And I'm now making back up the chroma. I just basically, ooh. Ooh, that's exciting. I'd almost be tempted now to, yeah, let's have a look. Will this respawn enemies though if I do this? shouldn't do, should I? Because I've not actually left. Right, let's look. So there's 2 pages. Oh, I can make Lapis' other costume. Ugh, that's so tempting. But let's do this fairly. Lapis already has a second costume. We'll do Bismuth's.
Here you go, little buddy.
Yeah. Because she's on the team. And also, I don't particularly care for the armor costume. So I'm hoping costume 2 is her... Maybe her original costume. It's either her original costume or her costume from... I just... No, can I just... Yeah, I'm still here. Cool. And I don't... It's like, it doesn't seem to have treated me as if I've loaded in and out, which means I've probably not got to deal with any more enemies. That's nice. Let's check this costume out then. And the buff that comes with it, presumably. So... Yeah, so this is... What's that? That's like a second costume? Original costume? Huh, I don't actually know if I recognize. That must be her new costume. Bismuth, because the other one's like a grey one, isn't it? That must be her second costume. It's too red. Yeah, I've got a picture of her up from her first appearance, and that's a different costume to what she's wearing in this picture. Yeah, this red one is her new modern appearance. Okay, so the third one must be her OG costume then. Awesome. I'll take it. She can have that costume. That's good. What's the buff? This one begins every battle with an armor pack. Great. Yes. Cool. Let's find out exactly what that entails and then how that like actually shifts the battles as we go. Right, less keys burning a hole in my pocket. Less keys burning a hole in my pocket.
Hey, hey.
I didn't mention this at the beginning of the episode, but well, I did. I kind of hinted at it, but then I didn't get back around to it. Yeah, and the fact that I had that issue with these guys. I do not like that look at that yellow one at all. I think he's like a bomb or something. Oh. I don't know. This is insane. What's happening here? This is crazy. I mean, what? We had full health going into this, didn't we? Didn't we? I'm sure we did. Well. Bismuth coming to town, so... I've just got to take these guys out as quick as possible, haven't I? Because otherwise we're in trouble. I can't even... Ugh, I'm going to use George.
Don't worry, I had an extra guy.
I'm sorry. I let you guys down.
About...
That was like annihilation so quickly. Let's, I am going to use one of these, because I don't fancy going another round of that, to be honest with you. We probably could have, but dear lord. And that use of one thing has actually also acted as a full heal, because I'm now going to go back and heal the whole team this way. That was crazy, though. I do not understand how like that was like we just the fight started and then 2 of our guys were dead. Oh, awesome!
Oh, crystal gems!
Oh boy. Here we go.
Shh, George, it's nothing. Go back to sleep.
Behold, your incognito idol has returned.
Are you here to help us again?
But of course, aren't you gems so lucky? This time I come bearing a gift that shall greatly aid your quest. It... Oh, goody.
My, what do we have here? Did you sneaky little gems make a new friend? Quaint, but
Hmm.
It matters not how many allies you add to your little posse.
Menacing.
Just let her droll on. Before long, something shiny will distract her.
Did you know this palace once resided on Blue Diamond's Colony 4?
Okay.
I had it relocated once the semi-precious stones moved their living quarters too close to the outer gates. Oh, just filthy. I do say they were quite distressed, you know, to have their beloved Pyrope rule from a whole world away.
Any moment now.
But it can't be helped. You see, what's this? An unviewed message on Channel 3? Oh, bother.
Oh, bother. Who is she? Winnie the Pooh?
There we are. Now, where was I?
Something about...
Oh, that's right. A gift imperative to your quest. It is...
I love this version
right
of
over there,
Hassanat.
in that treasure chest. Ta-ta!
She is amazing and utterly useless, and I love it.
I'm just not even gonna bother saying what we're all thinking.
Yeah, that is something else.
Treasure, treasure, yeah.
Is that it? Just a ninja guy? She really is useless. Okay. 3 doors. 7 of my keys. What's down here? Oh, a whole sub area. Oh dear. Something tells me I could get quite lost down here if I'm not careful.
Guys, look at this.
Awesome.
Let's do it to it.
Ooh, that looks like it's gonna be a goodie. Let me see in a minute who that can go on. No. Trance. Oh, I feel like I've gotten pulled into a whole situation here. Right. Start with you, because you big. Nice defense down for you. Then we'll throw a pearl at you. Not literally. Need to slow down on using items now, so. Oh, press that way too early. Oh, no, I'm looking at... Bismuth's health bar has a little shield thing on it. I'm guessing that's like she can take a hit for free, essentially. Unclear. Unclear. But we'll use Pearl to finish the job here. And then we'll leave the other little guy standing. And then next turn we'll do a bit of healing with Steven. And then, you know the drill. I quite like leaving these guys left because they don't attack every turn. So they're really handy, actually. What am I doing? Because basically they're just like a bunch of heal ability fodder.
I believe in me.
Might as well. Because he doesn't attack every turn, in the end, like if I just persist, my guys will be more healed than not. Pearl technically is the biggest discrepancy by 1.
Thank you,
Cool.
Stephen.
Enter. Go for Bismuth. Yeah, I was gonna say, let me see this shield thing in action. Did Bismuth health go down at all there? No. Didn't look like it. I was kind of looking in the wrong place, though, if I'm being honest. I was looking at specifically the Bismuth character to see what happened, rather than for the timing, rather than her HP. Oh. That was a good one. That was a good one. Alright, enter. We'll finish the little guy off next turn. Pretty simple. He's not been wasting time giving himself shields, which is what they normally do.
Thank you,
That's
Stephen.
fine. And now Pearl gets her revenge for the previous attack. Bingo. 1 key. I have 10, and I needed 7 to get through all the 3 doors up top, so we'll use 1 here, I guess. I'm guessing this is just a goodie door. I'm hoping that's what it is. It's worse. It's a puzzle door. Alright, we'll come back to that. Oh dear. Ominous downward staircase to something. Oh, I just accidentally clicked on it. I didn't mean to. Do I look around? No, we don't have time for that. The video is nearly over. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll come back and have a shift around some of this stuff. God, this place is a real maze.
Oh yeah, that's a keeper.
Oh, level up idol. If anyone's wondering why I haven't used any of the level up idols yet, it's worth explaining, because I did explain this in the save the light videos. I've got a thing about level ups and using them when it takes more later in the late stage game, like right before final boss sort of thing, to give everyone a level up then, because obviously the earlier you use them, the less XP you're actually getting out of them, because obviously XP I was assuming these were just goodie rooms. I could be wrong. And these whole areas too? They can't. Oh my god. Oh Jesus. Alright. There's so many places to explore in this. It's kind of ridiculous. This castle is very intimidating. Let's just unlock everything and go from there. Well, I've no longer got a bunch of keys burning a hole in my pocket, but I also need to have a ton of areas to explore now. Yeah, so the 1-ups, like, you get the best out of them by using them right towards the end so every level, it costs more XP to go up a level, obviously, so you want to sort of... Okay, I'm definitely going to have to, at the start of the next game, go through everyone's... Oh! Oh! Who just hit the motherload? Dan did. Dan did. Right, let's get all this chroma together, and let's make someone else's costume. Hey, maybe we can make Lapis' second costume. If you're wondering why I haven't made any of Garnet's or thingies, it's simply because they're not with us at the moment on the team. But I will do them. I promise. But let's make Lapis' second costume if we can. We can end the video on that craft. Lapis. Yeah. Let's do this. Because we've talked about this in the previous videos, but I am pretty convinced I know what costume it is, and that excites me. After all that talk, I'm definitely going to leave it in that costume for a little while, for sure. New costume. Let's go. Let's see what the new buff is. Let's see what the new costume is.
Better late than never.
Come on, Lapis. What you got for me? Yes, it is! Theory confirmed. It's Bob. Amazing. And it's called Inner... Oh, no. Batter Up. While in focus, Lapis cannot be interrupted by small and medium projectiles. Also knocks them back to her attacker. Inner Turmoil. 15% chance to complete focus instantly. Oh, I don't know which one I actually prefer. That 15% chance thing is really low, whereas this is like a guaranteed thing. I'm going to go with that, I think. Because when that's combined with her next big upgrade, which is, I think, yeah, that one, for sure is going to be, yeah. The idea that she can bat them back and there's that, that's awesome. Yes, please. Great.
Ready to lend a hand.
I love it. Let's quickly double check while we're here, actually. There's some new swords and stuff that has, oof. Oh boy. That is a powerful item. Can also got a pearl. Let's give it a bismuth for now.
Nice.
And pearl.
Let's just double check if there are any other items in Pearl can. Pearl can still have an attack buff. Yeah, cool. Not as big, but she's got one. Cool. Right, ready for the next episode? We're going to leave it here. And next episode, I'm going to explore the several surrounding areas to where I currently am. There are a lot of them. It's quite intimidating. For a completionist, seeing all these different branching paths. Yeah, headache-inducing stuff. But thank you very much for watching. I've been Dan, and come back next time as we play more Unleash the Light. And Pearl.